Thoughts become things. Sharon Horne, this is a book I wrote in the early 2000 teens. It was an idea and thoughts I had following my sudden cardiac arrest. I'm like, I'm going to capture all those and create a book out of them. And I did that. I don't share it with very many people. It's a very personal journey and personal book. So if you're curious about that, you can always ask. It's also available on Amazon, Amazon.com. And I can't remember if I published it as a Kindle book or not. I probably did a long time ago, but it's more of a workbook, so I like to be able to have the hard copy and write in it. That's actually the unedited version that I edited before I did. Actually, anyway, I'm off topic. So today, 1492 of our What You Up To Now, we're going to talk about thoughts become things, and we are entering the third segment of the annual challenge, the BU 365-day challenge, to do one thing every day that improves us. And we did physical in January, emotional in February, and we're doing mental, or our mental well-being, in the month of March. Looked up a bunch of idioms because I'm aligning the annual challenge with my Supersize Your Business segment that I do every day. And I share an idiom, what things mean, where they came from, and how you might apply them to growing and building and supersizing your business every day for the Supersize Your Business group. It's something I started to do as I was moving because I needed a topic I could talk about every day quickly and easily for that group, and something that was meaningful and that could help them change the way they see things, change the way I see things when it comes to growing and building businesses and my businesses. So idioms to me was kind of a step beyond the word of the day or the thought of the day. It's still a thought of the day. It's just a different convoluted meaning. And so it's fun to look up, what does it mean? Where does it come from? Now, thoughts become things. I don't even know that that's an idiom, but it's become so popular. I learned it from Bob Proctor long before The Secret, which is why he was in The Secret. It talks and speaks to the law of attraction, the things that we think about, the ideas we have, the beliefs we have, the things we visualize in our mind, we create them in our lives. Example, the book. It's true of everything. And I'm wondering if you know that to be true in your life, or you believe that or not. Not everybody believes it, right? The law of attraction is a universal law. And I never really knew about universal laws until following my sudden cardiac arrest. I kind of heard them alluded to, but I never was curious enough or had the time to learn about them. And following my sudden cardiac arrest, I had a huge block of time that I was used to working all the time that I could fill with learning about things that I'd always been curious about. I learned more about the internet. I learned more about my health and what I needed to do to be well. I learned about what could have possibly happened to me. I learned about emotions. I learned about beliefs, thoughts, feelings, the universal laws, etc. And I started to apply those to my life to actually create the life I wanted instead of the life that I thought I should and had to be living, because the life that I was living certainly wasn't working out for me. So thoughts become things. Everything around us, if I look at anything and everything around us, magnifying glasses, things I use every day, a little ceramic cross my sister gave me, a baby magnifying glass she gave me, jewelry, I've got necklaces sitting here, Monopoly cards. Everything around us began in someone's imagination as an idea, as a thought, right? They had a thought or an idea. Ideas are thoughts, right? Or asked a question or tried to solve a problem and then created something to answer that question or to show up in the world as something that they could use. Every invention of mankind started out as a thought or an idea, all the way back to the wheel, right? It started out as somebody had an idea that if they made a wheel, it would make it easier to move things around. So this month we'll focus on a lot of different mindset and mental topics. We will cover the SOAP framework. This is my calendar. Remember I said I just did a quick calendar with a topic every day. And like last month, they're subject to change. If I think of something or something comes up, like the heart wall exercise that I totally forgotten about, I will add that. I am doing some interesting things this month I haven't talked about yet, but that I will share throughout the challenge. One of the things I'm doing is I have a a hypnosis app that I bought last year, and I was going to do a hypnosis a day as this year's challenge, and then I decided, that's too broad, that's too general, that's too, how do we bring that together so we can learn from one another? And that's why I decided to overlay the life framework on. But this month, I am doing a mindset, mental health, mental well-being hypnosis, at least one every single day. And listening to that, I usually listen when I go to bed, so I'm not sure how much of that I'm retaining on a conscious level. I know I get it on a subconscious level, but I usually fall asleep in the first couple minutes of them. So we'll see how effective that is throughout the course of this month as I listen to one every day. And I'm committing right now, I listen to one every night at bedtime with respect to mental. And there's probably 100 plus hypnosises on that app that have to do with mental well-being, mental health, and the mental area and aspect of our life. So I won't have any trouble picking them. And I will make sure I use a different one every day, every night when I go to bed. So that's one of the things I'm doing. I also will share other tips and tricks and strategies and things I've picked up over the years that I have turned into rituals and routines and habits in my life. And I don't actually even consciously think about them anymore. Things like when I brush my teeth, I say affirmations. I use affirmations every day when I brush my teeth. And now it's so automatic, I have to actually consciously think about that I'm doing that to share it, because I just automatically do it. It's like doing deep knee bends when I microwave my coffee in the morning. It's just something that I do, because it's a way to get more movement and more flexibility and more exercise in my life without even having to think about it. It's just automatic. Unless, of course, there's someone here that I don't, and they're in the room with me, I don't do it, because that would be embarrassing and silly. Unless I'm talking to them about things that I do and routines that I have. So, thoughts become things was our idiom today, as well as kind of the topic and the introduction to the mental areas and aspect of our life. And of course, I use the disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist or a psychologist or anything. I have a few psychologies of business and classes like that in my background, but and lots of personal development courses and trainings, lots of stuff on the law of attraction, lots of study in those areas. But I do not claim to have the answers to anything. There are areas in our life where we need to seek professional help. Physically, if you're sick, you go to a doctor, you go to an expert. If you have symptoms, you don't know what's going on, and something's off for you, you go get help with that. You don't try to diagnose it and figure it out yourself. You are responsible for figuring it out, finding the right doctors, etc., and handling that illness, but you have to go to the expert sometimes. That's true of every area aspect of our life, including our mindset, our mental health. It's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health. If you need spiritual help, you go to a spiritual guide or spiritual expert. Not me, but I'm going to talk about that as one of the areas and aspects of our life from my own personal experience. How do I deal with these areas and aspects, and what do I do to set goals and achieve those goals in each of these different areas of the life framework? So that's what I'm working on today. I am in the middle of a big project, a big secret confidential project, so I won't share what that is, but excited to continue to work on that. But if I can help you in any way when it comes to business, or even the annual challenge and life framework, or anything, and you don't have anybody to talk to or ask, please hit me up. Or if you just want a different, outside, non-connected resource to you at all, just ask. Send me a direct message or text me. You can even Voxer me if you happen to know my Voxer, but it's kind of a secret code. And we can have a quick chat. I love Voxer, especially with my coaching and consulting clients, because it's quick and easy, and I don't have to read anything. I can just listen and respond immediately. Great tool, great app, available, of course, on our cell phones, as there's so many tools and things that we use nowadays. All right, have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow. Bye. I'm going to go create some things with my thoughts. Bye.